Alright, well,
let's just jump into it.
Alright, so, welcome one and all. This is, I have no particular name for this. Did you think of a name before we got into this?
See, something awful's already taken.
Wait, is there a show called Something Awful, or you mean the forum?
There's a whole forum for it, so we would call this the Something Awful podcast.
Isn't that where the Slender Man came from? I think.
He did. Slender Man was made up. It was like a creepypasta.
Ah, well, shiitake mushrooms.
Yeah.
Okay.
Too big for his britches.
But welcome to our thing. I'm your host, Derek. This is my co-host,
McGee.
All right, last name first. What a guy. And we're here to talk about the YouTube premium movie Bodied, a movie that came out months ago that I only found maybe a couple of days ago because it got recommended to me.
Alright, what's up? This is the California Battle League, and I'll be your host, Donnie Narco, a.k.a. The Walking Drug Lab, a.k.a. Mr. Splash. Put my drink on your bitch's ass and won't even tip the glass. You feel me? Battle rap is a street fight. You got someone right in your face trying to tear you apart. I don't know if I should slap you like a bitch or punch your face like a man. Because I keep switching from open palm to a fist. Like a white boy, shaking your hand.
And, so yeah, let's just jump into it.
Let's just jump into it.
And like, how did this movie, who recommended it to you? Because
nobody. YouTube recommended it to me.
YouTube.
I don't know what I was watching. I think I was watching a video about Destiny 2. And it was just in the sidebar like, hey, we see that you like shooting up aliens. You wanna see a video about a rap battle? Alright, like honestly, I don't know anything about rap battling or anything like that. And the only reason I clicked on this video was because I saw the white kid from American Vandal, and I was like, I love American Vandal. What's he up to? This is vastly different than American Vandal. This is what I was expecting at all.
And as someone who's known you for a little while, you don't have any connection to rap battles, never seen one, never been to one. So for them to recommend it to you, it's because you like guns and shooting. Who knows? Because rap likes to talk about that.
This is true. I mean, like, the only time I've seen a rap battle is from 8 Mile. Mm-hmm. And that's it. I know Clarence has parents, and they have a really good marriage. That's it. That's the extent of my rap battle knowledge.
And those bars were great, but they're kind of mediocre compared to some of the ones in this movie.
Speak up. They can't hear you.
Well, the heart has a lot of passion for rap battles. You got a lot of rap battle veterans in it.
From what I've looked up, yeah, it does. Yeah. Disaster.
Dumbfounded.
The Asian guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's start from the beginning. Because, alright, so imagine this, if you will. It's a Monday morning. We come in to the office. Come to the office. What should we watch? We should watch a rap battle movie. Cool. And what do we see? The most anti-SJW film I think I've ever had the pleasure of seeing. And I know SJW is like a cringe word and stuff like that now, but it really just, I have no other way to put it. The way that it blends the whole climate of today's like age of like how to talk about racism with like contrasting it against like Adam's whole journey of being like that guy to low-key kind of being somewhat of a scumbag to I don't know. I'm not really good when it comes to this kind of like trying to say this political speak stuff. It just was really refreshing. Produced by Eminem, directed by Joseph Kahn, who I don't think we know anything about except for the fact that he's worked a lot with Taylor Swift. He done a couple of stuff for DMX. He made Torque. Everybody remember Torque? The best motorcycle movie in 2003? Torque?
No one remembers Torque.
I remember Torque. I love Torque. Torque was great. Torque was awesome.
People with wrenches don't remember Torque.
I think it was like Japanese import motorcycles versus American made motorcycles or something.
Who was this movie for?
I'm probably getting this wrong, but I really think it was about that. 2003, folks. What a wonderful time to be alive.
No one remembers 2003 fondly.
And he did Bodied. So how should we do this? This is our first time doing like a movie review thing.
It is. And I would say, I say we should keep going with discussing what we liked about the movie. So like you say, it covered the SJW aspect of our times and culture really well. And like you said, SJW is kind of a nasty word, and it kind of addresses that. It goes through the story, the tale of Adam, who's a curious kid. He's that version of racism that's the worst kind.
Yeah.
He's that oblivious racist. He doesn't know, due to his upbringing or those around him, those who he's had around him, he has a privileged upbringing, how to interact with black people or to understand the context of the things he says and does. And he's the right kind of racist, air quotes, air quotes, and having dealt with racism. There's a spectrum to it. He's the kind who's curious and he wants to not be racist really badly, but because he doesn't know and that the people around him are so tired of his brand of racism that he can't really get the understanding he would need because it's trial and error. You have to be wrong, but being wrong is a risk.
Exactly. It's like the basis of this. It's the thesis of his whole thing. The only reason this movie starts is it's a driving point that initially he does this for a thesis for his English paper about the use of the N-word. The N-word.
Spicy. At Berkeley.
Ooh, at Berkeley. And didn't I peep that, like, the chick wearing the Make America Great Again hat? The MAGA hat, and I'm like, it's Berkeley, right? It seems like she wouldn't get off campus alive or something.
Well, here's the thing. She's probably wearing it, ironically, just to start a discussion. But that's part of the problem. The movie is really subtle in covering, like, how white racism can work.
Hat blew off and everything.
Right? Perfect for that. Because these people, to them, it's just a topic to discuss. The people they're talking about having these heavy-handed discussions, it's good these discussions are being had. But the people having them aren't having them about the people who aren't in the room.
Right.
The black folks, the Mexicans, all the ones that they're talking about aren't in the room, except the token Asian girl. And she's the level of racism that you see from the token Asian girl.
I was just about to say, what token Asian girl? I was like, oh yeah.
Exactly.
I forgot.
Because it's like, she literally only brings up the fact she's Asian to justify her point.
Yeah.
And it's like, ew? Like, the movie does a good job of covering all angles of, like, the weird ways our generation has to put up with the level of racism we got from that's different from the previous generations.
Yeah.
The worst kind of racism isn't the dude that's in your face calling you nigger. I mean, that's bad. That's pretty bad. Happen. Pretty bad. But the one that does more damage as a whole society, is the ignorant racist. The person who doesn't think they're racist, but they say a lot of racist shit.
Like, I wish I could vote for Obama 3 times.
And it's like, is that all you know about black people?
Alright, so moving on in terms of I feel like I'm just gonna bring you along to this because you clearly have a much better handle on this than I do. All I remember is just like these bars, which is something I learned about today. I didn't know what the hell a bar was until I saw this movie. Thank you, white man, for explaining it to me. I didn't know what a bar is. And even then, I'm still slightly confused about what a bar is. But this movie had bars, though.
They got bars, though. Any particular bars you like that's on top of the dome you remember?
All of the ones I remember is when Adam's talking to Prospect and he was talking about the sushi is all you ever get to get yellowtail. And I was like, damn, that was good. That was good. The Virginia Tech line, fucking great. We're even better school shooters than you. Whew. Racy stuff, but it's the good stuff.
How the fuck is this white nerd gonna outsmart this Asian? What the fuck are you doing? You see Virginia Tech, we're even better at school shootings. Even Asian bitches won't fuck you. That means you're hella frail. Ordering tuna at sushi's the only time you get yellowtail.
Like, it didn't shy away. It basically spoke on PC culture. Like,
is that what rap battles are really like or something?
Honestly, yeah. It's about whoever does the most research about a person and can come in and hit them the hardest. You want to show that I can be clever and break you down as a person. And like they said in the movie, that you can come in and the easy route is racial, surface level shit. Mm-hmm. That's what the whole rap battle between the queen, Queen V?
Divine Rat. Divine Right.
Divine Right. That's why, because you're divine right because you're the queen. Yeah, somebody said that line. That was pretty good. Mm-hmm. The movie's full of them. And her and Dumbfounded, I'm gonna call him Dumbfounded because that's basically who the fuck he was playing himself 10 years ago. And like they had this rap battle where it's really interesting at the end of the movie where they're just talking about themselves. They're going to go through. They basically pulled. They reverse 8 Mile'd it. I'm gonna rap about all the crap that people say about me and what like y'all not creative. What you gonna say?
Nothing. Yeah, there's nothing to say.
Their form of rap, they even said it in the discussion before that rap battle is their form of rap comes from like we just can counter the other person because I know what you're gonna say already. You can't say anything that's gonna throw me off my square. So I'm gonna utilize it. I know exactly what you're gonna come for, and we'll flip it back on you. And it shows that this form of entertainment, like the white woman, the Maya, Adam's
Maya.
girlfriend, how she kept trying to like fight for them, and it's like, no, this is a form of empowering because I know what they're gonna say about me. Now let me show you how much I'm bigger than that and hit you back.
The narrative of Maya and Adam is an interesting one because I think a lot of people, from what I saw in the comments, were confused at like why Adam is like a bad person. It's not like he's the worst person, but he literally is the guy who just doesn't understand what he got himself into or what he's like potentially or even giving up. There's no reason for him to stay with Maya or anything like that. Like towards the end of the film, what the hell are you watching this video for if you don't know what happens at the end of the film? But there's a film when he's asking like, hey, I want to marry you and stuff like that. And he's only doing that because he just lost his friendship with Ben after doing the grimiest shit ever, after learning all these personal details and taking it to the utmost personal to attacking his wife, attacking his daughter. Oh my God. Right. Oh my God. When she says, you're the air in my lung, it means you're a terrible father.
You hate the things other men would love to hear from their daughters. Like when she tells you you're the air that she breathes, it means you're a terrible father.
And it's like, that hit me on a personal level as a father.
Oh yeah, that's
like,
right. That's another
like,
reason I showed you this movie, just for the soul. I don't know why that's in my head. I'm like, McGee's gonna like this. McGee has a daughter. McGee has a daughter.
It's just gonna be like, that's why I had to pace around because I felt it in my body. I would want to start swinging. But it's like, you can't do that. You gotta play the game. Because then, like, as you saw with what's his name? I'm sorry, the guy with the tattoos. Megaton. Yeah, you hit him.
AKA Disaster.
Yeah, AKA Disaster.
Learn that.
We should probably watch one of his older rap battles when we get a chance.
Absolutely. Because
I'm pretty sure I've seen one of his, and he has that same intensity he brought to the movie.
Oh, shit.
Matter of fact, what are these, your little fucking reading glasses you need for your English classes? Man, give me that shit. Man, I pound these into pieces and fragments, and now you can keep them. He can have this. Now you get to complete your dream of being this genius masterless because everything you see is in fractions. Now get the fuck out of here, you little fucking dweeby faggot!
The truth is, I'll break it down for y'all since your boy Cortez, aka Jose, won't explain this stuff. I was on the cell all day trying to set up this whole thing with Lush, while you in the background with him doing roleplay on the phone hanging up. You think playing with my money is funny? I'll blow this location up, and I won't leave till I make sure your face gets crushed. Add more flame, I'll turn your torso, face to dust, more flame to propane, take your soul, raise it up. I'll leave your fucking close range, leave the skull breaking up, then dislocate your shoulder bone from your rotator cuff.
And the thing with Maya and Adam, which is what I love, is they both think they're the protagonists. And in their squabbles, who ends up getting hurt the most?
It would be Maya.
No,
it's Adam.
Ben.
Oh.
And trying to be that for his friend, he ended up causing a headache for him a rift between him and his wife. Exposing his daughter to somebody who's genuinely not a terrible person. That's why he had a little moment with him. It was like, he's not a terrible person. Yeah. He's just ignorant. But your ignorance is like, it's cute to you because you want to learn, but to everybody else, it's a burden because it's not the job to teach you.
Yeah, ignorance all around. Ignorance towards like the plight of like other people in general, and ignorance towards like the professionalism of it all. Because like, there was no reason for him to take it that far with Ben in the first place. God, the scene right at the end where they were saying like, you just see it, like the backdrop is that Adam has this glowing orange all around him and like Ben doesn't have the light on him. So he said like, oh wait, something's up here. And they're in a dark alley and Ben's like, good luck, man. And smiling at him like, yeah, good luck. And you're like, Oh no, he's gonna
like
do
you
it.
See it. You
He's
see
gonna
kill in his eyes.
And like Ben doesn't get it at first. He's like, all right, whatever. And then they get out there into the crowd, and then just Adam's like staring a hole into him. Ben's like, oh,
this is what this about to be.
He's really about to do it. And I couldn't understand why people in the comments like, oh, I mean, Adam was fair game. Ben took it too far first. Why am I saying that? Your mama joke? That's like basic as hell.
Ben came out with all like your basic battle rap shit. Your mom's a whore.
Yeah.
I fucked your mama. Like stuff you hear on the playground.
Yeah. And then, Adam was doing all right. Ben, you're not the brothers Ben Grimm. Your life's not a fairy tale or something like that. And then it was like he was doing good with the video game puns, but it was still like to the point where they don't know anything about Ben to go like, all right, man, he's just doling out some dope ass puns. And then you're just like, oh, because this man's a video game designer. Why you gotta be like this?
And even still, he could have ended it there. He did not have to go after the daughter. And the show, it was like...
I mean, but Ben brought up the whole daddy issue thing first, and that's what prompted Adam to go way too personal.
Which is true, but when you think about the daddy issues thing, it's something personal that Adam has to deal with. That's not like a struggle of his. That's a thing that you just got to get that inferiority complex out your system.
True,
no one made you feel this way about your father.
But I think it's the sole fact of the audience doesn't know he had those daddy issues, what made it too personal.
And they made it pretty clear throughout the whole movie that he feels some kind of way. He's an English major. He's taking a class under his dad.
He's like the most famous literary critic.
And his dad doesn't appreciate his thesis.
Nope.
And thinks he knows more about the rap game.
Yeah.
And it's like, his dad's not completely out of the loop, but his dad's corny.
Yeah.
And it's not his dad's fault.
It's the climate's fault.
Yeah. And Ben just Adam kind of dived in head first and didn't really put too much thought into it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not on him. He could have just owned up to the decisions he was making, but he couldn't with Maya because Maya bullies all over him.
Yeah.
And they built that up. And it's like, well, Ben can't, he gonna break up Maya because she's like against his dream. We're like, no, she gonna break up with him because he kind of was focused on other shit besides her.
Yeah.
And that's fair, but you also got to get a context of what was going on at home for him. They gave you subtle clues on he's living a life he doesn't want to, but he's doing it because she gives him a place to stay.
Yeah.
And you think about it, that's kind of what it is because he ain't had nowhere to go after that.
Yeah.
It was go crawling to daddy. Where your friends at? Oh, they don't, even before they stopped screwing with fucking with him due to the
Yeah, they didn't really show that he had friends and stuff like that.
His friends were her friends.
Yeah. Adam had nothing to begin with, essentially.
Yeah.
So battle rap is all that. So the rap, the game. That sounds so corny.
The rap game was all he had.
The rap game is all he had. A bench on Berkeley and the rap game in his hand.
The real tragic hero of the story is Ben. Ben's the hero. He was a dude who's good at what he did, and he realized what the game he was playing was BS. Because at the beginning of the movie, why don't you like Megaton? Oh, because Megaton takes the fun out of it. And it's like, you playing hard for what? Oh, to put up this persona for the rap, for the rap battles.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, you spitting hot poetry at each other. It ain't that damn gangster, but you gotta have that gangster persona. And people like Megaton come in and just bully other motherfuckers because
made that Goggles cry.
Yeah, made Goggles cry because that's just, it make him feel tough. He got something to prove. And the movie's pointing out the issues of the genre. Of rap battle. It is inherently misogynistic. What Maya was saying was not wrong. But just the way she was going about it. She was coming from a place of superiority. I already know more. I'm trying to educate you instead of a place of let me understand you to understand why these are here. And let me work with the people who are in this instead of me just trying to be the white savior. Because both of them got the white savior complex. Because Maya didn't help shit really with what she did.
Yeah, I know.
You just caused a bunch of protests at Berkeley and ruined this one kid's life. You didn't do it for the culture. You did it because you was hurt.
Yeah. Fucking ruined his whole life.
Yeah.
Based off out of context clips from a rap
and it's
battle.
an out of context clip. But it's like, if you understand the context, that moment was a triumph.
Yeah. This is amazing.
Yeah.
But...
And then you really show it, and it's like, he showed it in that nature, it's like, ooh. And you notice, they didn't re-edit it at all.
No,
they didn't. They just uploaded right from what it was looking like. It was like, damn, we was cheering on this shit. But if you had no context, that's racist. And it's like, you gotta watch what you say.
Yeah, what his dad was saying when they brought him into the office later. It's 2018, there is no private life.
Yeah.
God, that sucks.
Yeah.
But, okay, I think we actually have reached a certain point here. I mean, was there anything else you want to discuss from Bodied, though? I thought it was a genuinely film that has gone very underrated, because I don't see any reviews about Bodied at all.
I was actually reading one before we started, and it's just like...
Oh!
Yeah, and the vibe I got was confusing narrative on battle rap and PC culture. It's like, it's not confusing. It's pretty straightforward in what it's trying to say. Think before you speak and try to be curious, but don't expect those around you to be accepting of your ignorance.
I think it's only confusing if you take it on the surface level of Adam winning that final battle against Megaton as, like, a good point. It's bittersweet. It's not supposed to be, yeah, this is the best in the other. He's Eminem. It's supposed to be a bittersweet thing of a guy who just lost his best friend, severely messed up and lost his girlfriend, and then realizing that he never probably really had a girlfriend in the first place. He never had a real relationship ever in his life. And he just lost all of this for rap battles. And his whole thing with Megaton basically is that Eminem battle 2.0 back in 8 Mile, where he kind of disses himself by saying, like, I'm a battle rapper. Yeah, you just punched me, but I don't give a fuck because this is all fake anyway.
Yeah, it's like you didn't prove nothing.
And he won.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, like, yeah, it's a bittersweet victory at the end of the day.
Yeah, honestly,
And
I think
he's
it's more
still sleeping
sweet.
on the bench at Berkeley.
But I think it's more sweet than what you're giving it, because he's actually alive now. When you think about it, he's living his life on his own terms. He has something he's passionate about. How many people do you know who are just them empty, soulless people who just do what they've been told their whole life? Ain't nothing original about it. No. He's the manifestation of when you realize that moment of, I haven't chosen anything in my life, or the things I thought I did weren't really my decisions. His girlfriend, his passion, his feelings towards his passion. He had that dispassionate, outside looking in kind of deal with hip hop. When he finally took that leap, and as soon as he did, he realized, I have an actual talent for this. And it became part of who he was, and that just wasn't cool to everyone involved. All the people he thought mattered, found out they didn't.
Oh my god, he's Donnie Narco.
Who?
Alright, what's up? This is the California Battle League, and I'll be your host, Donnie Narco, aka the Walking Drug Lab, aka the Cocaine Cowboy, aka Mr. Splash. Put my drink on your bitch's ass and won't even tip the glass. You feel me?
He's basically Donnie Narco. Donnie Narco is the guy who's just an announcer, sure, but I see him as a guy who's so comfortable in his skin. He doesn't really care at all. He's actually living the life he wants to live. And there's nothing
anyone can say about, like, you can call him whatever, but it's
he's
like,
genuine.
he don't care.
Yeah, he's actually genuine about it. I feel like, oh, okay, that's that. What did the black cat mean?
I don't know.
Did anybody mention that in the review you read? Because there was a black cat in like a lot of
I can't believe that. I feel like that will have to fall into a rewatch, and then whatever was going on when the black cat shows up will tell us what it was.
There was a black cat when Mayan and him were in the car while they were after the first battle against Billy Pistols. And shout out to MJ.
What did she say in the car?
You don't want to be like one of those guys. That's not you.
And it's like, what do you mean by that?
And he's like, yeah, you're right. And then he looks out the window, and that's when the black cat comes. The black cat's in the library with him when he's discussing how to use the N-word. The N-word. With Ben up in the library, the black cat hops on the chair where he used to be, and that was that. And
when the scenes of, like, maybe like the scenes of low-key racism?
The black cat was with him when his dad brought him in with the dean to discuss what was happening. He got suspended from school. The black cat was there too.
I think it's scenes of like that unintentional racism. Because you're not like those guys. What do you mean? Because at the end of the day, we find out Adam is kind of a scumbag. Yeah. He's no different than them. It's just he's white.
Yeah.
The only reason she thinks he's different is because he's white. If he wasn't white, she wouldn't have been making them comments she was making. She felt like this is beneath you. Why do you care about this? Why are you willing to risk everything for this? Because this is slumming it to you. And I've been around that kind of way with women. The one where it's like, I feel like you just hang out with black folks to slum it because you sick of the shit that goes on with white people, but you ain't got the energy to combat it and be in that world and be,
whoa, aware.
Oh yeah, I've met them. And it's you kind of just hang out with black folk to just, I've met chicks who was just like, I got tired of academia, dropped out of her master's program and just like, I do porn now and just hang out with my drug boyfriend. And it's like, I don't know how to feel about that because you just basically say screw your white privilege. Like, that's white privilege in and of itself. You can just say screw your masters and go slum it with a drug lord.
Yeah.
And talk about it like it's cool. Like, you just made, like, that was a positive decision. And like, I wish I had that level of, I can just throw my future away. And it's that level of like ignorance that the black cat probably was representing.
Huh. Well, there you go, everybody. We solved the issue of the black cat.
But can we solve the issues of the black people?
Final thoughts about Bodied. It's a good movie. It's a good movie, personally, to me. It's a strong 7, even a light 8 out of 10, with really interesting shots, really good cinematography that I've worked in. Joseph Kahn, good job. Produced by Eminem, too. So that was a thing.
I feel like the produced by Eminem just tagged on to make it a little more legitimacy.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, great movie. I'm glad I watched it. Definitely gonna watch it again, show it to people just so I can start that discussion with certain people about PC culture. Because it's a great window into that, because I know people who talk like that and it's like, you don't get what you're talking about. Yeah. Because you don't either know anyone or, heck, you know people like us who we don't really talk about often, just accepting correction, and that gets annoying at times. Trust me, my current boss will tell me, "Oh God, I just know you're gonna say something about that," and it's like, kind of, because I feel like no one's ever called you on it.
Bodied is woke with a small letter W. Woke with a small letter W.
I was like, wait, which version of that would be the one for like fake air quotes woke?
Oh, that's what that'll be the thing for the next thing we're watching, which is Bright, which is woke with a capital W.
Hey, it's woke, guys.
Woke. All right, this has been unnamed thing number 0.
McGee and Son.
I've been Derek. This has been McGee, and thank you for your time.